Hello, random person, who I assume is both intelligent and good looking.
What is up, guys? Rick Cacus here, and I'm really excited to bring you that information about a new class coming to Battlefield 4. And this is coming from a poster for E3 has been leaked and given away a bunch of multiplayer information about Battlefield 4 that we're going to get our hands on before E3. If you want to see, this is coming from, I made a larger video going over every single one of the points in this poster. If you want to see that video, just click the annotation on screen. It'll pause this video and open a new window. You can go and watch that. If you're just interested in the new class, well then continue watching this video. So, the new class basically comes from the quote on the poster. The quote is, "Experience the brutality of war with 5 new classes and new injuries and suppression system." I'm not going to be talking about the injuries and suppression system. Again, that's in the larger video. But for this one, the 5 new classes is what we're going to talk about. Now, the first thing right off the bat that's very interesting is that it says 5 new classes. It does not say with a whole new class. So if they were keeping the 4 classes from Battlefield the exact same and simply adding a new class with a new ability and new weapon type, they would say with a whole new class. They're saying with 5 new classes. Now keep in mind, this is a poster, and then this is marketing speak. And consider every time you go to a car dealership, each Honda Civic is the all-new Honda Civic every year, right? And, you know, side by side, they're really not different. The newest one has been tweaked to be made a little bit better. And that's probably what they're talking about with this. For example, the support class could be the exact same as we know and love from Battlefield 3. However, they may have moved a C4 ability from the support class to the sniper. Recon. And then, by doing this, there's an all-new support class and an all-new recon class. Marketing terminology will say all-new. We know it as tweaked support and tweaked recon. However, again, this is a poster. They're trying to market their game. They're going to say all-new if they've done basically any tweaks. So, the thing that we can determine, though, is that there's got to be one entirely new class. And what the new ability is anyone's guess. I should be saying abilities and equipment and gun type. Now, the easiest thing we can guess on is gun type. Every class has their unique kind of primary gun. And with this new class, there's going to have to be some sort of new primary gun. Now, there are a few possibilities. One possibility is shotguns. Shotguns have been a primary before, and they didn't work out too well. Consider if the support had shotguns. Yeah, using ammo, regenerating ammo and giving your team ammo is very important, but you probably wouldn't play it too often, especially not on larger maps, because shotguns are only useful in certain scenarios. I guess it's possible that they could give shotguns to Assault, because Assault is up in the fray, but again, I think that DICE learned their lesson that shotguns, especially considering how large Battlefield maps are, that shotguns kind of are better left as an option to put it on for certain maps and certain scenarios. But again, they have appeared in previous Battlefield games as a primary, so it's not out of the question. Now the second option, and the one I would bet money on if I had to, is SMGs. Moving SMGs up into the primary, and this has been done in the Bad Companies. SMGs were a primary, and they were already silenced. It's very unlikely that they're going to be pre-silenced if they are brought up to a primary in Battlefield 4, because of the customization of the guns is much more in-depth. But it is possible that SMGs are brought up into a primary. And the last possibility that I kind of thought of was that battle rifles like the M14, EBR, SKS would get their own class and so snipers would just be bolt action, and then maybe very heavy caliber semi-auto with like huge recoil. So that's another possibility that I thought of. Again, if I had to bet, I would say SMGs. Now let's not forget that just because, let's say, they bring up SMGs into the primaries, it doesn't mean that this new class has to get SMGs. Get that out of your head, because that's immediately what I was thinking. Oh, there's going to be a new class, it's going to have a new gun type, SMGs. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. They could, for example, take away carbines from the engineers, give carbines to this new class, and then give engineers SMGs. That is totally possible. Obviously, recon will stay sniper, and it's very, very likely that assault will stay assault rifles. But any other class, they could move around the guns there. Remember, medic used to be have the heavy machine guns in the bad companies, so you never know. Now, this new class's ability, again, is anyone's guess. If I could just guess, though, I would, if I had to guess, I'm just going to say it basically, is that I would say it's Spec Ops have a class that, you know, I would say that if it was Spec Ops, it would make sense for them to have SMGs or carbines. And then they go around, they're a little bit stealthier. Maybe they don't, when you spot them, they don't get spotted for as long. They have the ability to call in airstrikes, or, again, in my larger video covering it, there's going to be the commander who has the ability to call in airstrikes. Maybe the Spec Ops guys can request them, and the commander can either accept or deny them, and then maybe hack enemy equipment and do a bunch of kind of more stealthy types things. I think that would be a really neat class to add. And remember that in previous battlefields, there's a lot of previous battlefields that we can draw kind of information about in certain abilities that have disappeared over the years. For example, the first one that comes to mind is the Battlefield Bad Company ability to call in airstrikes as a support. That was super useful, and again, that could totally come back in the form of a new class, with that kind of being a main ability. But again, we're going to have to wait until E3 for any further information. What we do know is that there's a totally new class, and that something is going to have to be brought up. There's going to be a new weapon type. And again, I'm betting money on SMGs. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a good day.